Well, I hope everybody's staying warm. I hope everybody is staying dry. It's kind of a dreary day, but should be picking up a little nicer in the afternoon. And good afternoon, everybody. It's it's another writing stream with your pro streamer right here, because that was smooth. That was smooth right there. That was a smooth transition. I will challenge anyone that says differently. You're riding with the Team Monster, and this is a stream that is powered by the Shared Desk over at theshareddesk.com, where I should say it's the royal we this afternoon. Pip is taking care of some errands today, so it looks like I will be flying solo. Hey, Azrael, good afternoon. Feels like we just saw each other just a moment ago. Yeah, my wife and I were up till 2 a.m. This morning, running in Ghost of Tsushima Legends because she friggin' loves that game. She absolutely friggin' loves that game. It's a good time. It really is. And right now I'm returning back to Chapter 7. I may need to fine tune this transition here. But yeah, we will. But I'm forging ahead. My wife's in the other room. She is, like I said, she's doing some stuff around the house as well as getting ready to run a few errands. And she's multitasking by watching a brand new series. Well, I should say brand new series to us. It is a crime drama that J.K. Rowling writes. It's based on her. It's based on books under her pen name, which again makes me scratch my head, because the folks over at Mary Sue are very diligent in pointing out J.K. Rowling's missteps, and they talk about the banning of Harry Potter stuff and things like that. They have not made mention of any of the stuff that she's writing under her other pen name. So there is that. You finally got some of the stuff you had in storage? Oh, I see. Yeah, everyone moves a little slow in the time of a pandemic. Let's be honest. Everybody moves a little slower in the time of a pandemic. So I do have some not so good news from the good people over at Wiley Publishing, the people who publish my books, Podcasting for Dummies, Twitch for Dummies, and Discord for Dummies. Hey, Kat. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. They told me today that if they were to consider a second edition of Twitch for Dummies, it will not be until 2022. It's the official word, 2022. And that's if they decide they want to have a second edition. So apparently there's some stuff on their backlists that they want to take care of first. So sadly, it looks like this will be the first year since 2018. This will be the first year that I have not had a for Dummies contract on my desk. That's kind of a bummer, because the thing is, I'm still going to take copious amounts of notes for the second edition of Twitch for Dummies. I think I'm just going to hold off. I'm going to hold off doing any sort of work on a proposal or anything like that until the end of this year. And that way, if they come to me and they go, "Hey T, it's 2022. We'd like to talk to you about Twitch for Dummies," I can just send them the proposal. I did offer them. I did say, would it help if I had a proposal ready to go? And they said, yeah, but not until the end of this year. It's like, all right. I don't think it's a smart move on their part, but then again, that's their call. It's their publisher, their call, and that's the nature of the business. Thank you, Azrael. Well, we're actually restocking our shelves here. I would like to get back and put together the bundles, the content creators bundles that I'm putting together here. It's a disappointment, but that is the nature of the publishing business. one of the things you find out in publishing is that just because you have an idea or just because you have a book done, it does not necessarily mean you're going to have everything set up and ready to go. You still have to jump through the hoops. You still have to wait for other things that are ahead of you. When you go into self-publishing, that is how would one put it? When you go into self-publishing, that is you are undertaking everything about a book. And there's a reason why people like being with New York publishers or bigger publishers like Wiley and like Macmillan, or sorry, not even Macmillan. I don't know if Macmillan is still around. Simon & Schuster. Simon & Schuster. Harper Voyager. These publishers are there because they take care of stuff that you as an independent publisher, it's a little tougher to deal with. Marketing, distribution, and granted, that doesn't mean that you don't do anything on your end. You've got to still keep the interest running. That's why I'm doing. That's why I do writing streams. That's why I talk about my books openly on social media. But the thing to know, the thing to understand, is that it's a business, and while you think your title should have some sort of priority to it, there's always other titles that may be of interest or maybe of a different strategy that publishing house is considering. So, Mead, I see you in there, Mead Grimm. Grimm, I hope you're feeling okay. I know you're kind of under the weather right now. I hope that I'm sure you're not feeling better, so long as you're not feeling worse. I think that's important. And I see you in there, Jen. How are you, Jen? Hi. I hope you and Azrael are hanging in there. I hope you two are hanging in there, Azrael, Grimm. But Jen, when the computer arrives this weekend, good luck. And again, you know where to go if you have any questions about streaming. The basics of Twitch for Dummies, I think, is still going to be sound. Those are still going to be sound. They're just some commentary I'd like to get in. One thing in particular I know I wanted to talk a little bit about was some of the I wanted to expand on the DMCA and how that has now affected Twitch, which is entirely different from the way it was in January 2019. There are some people I quote in there that I'd like to take out. In particular, there are some people, there's at least one streamer in particular who has left Twitch, and they are now a self-proclaimed streaming coach on YouTube. And my thoughts about streaming coaches, which I've seen quite a few of late, it's not as easy as people make it out to be. And the thing I don't particularly care about with streaming coaches is streaming coaches are the new social media gurus. They don't just got a reaction out of my wife. Streaming coaches are the people who basically say, I'm going to make you the next Ninja. I'm going to make you the next Lupo. And I have very strong opinions about that. In particular, one of my opinions is the people that are setting themselves up to be streaming coaches don't have the numbers that some of the people that they emulate or that they talk about, and the ones who have those numbers aren't actually reaching out and saying, hey, I'll be your streaming coach. You don't necessarily see that, do you? There's a reason for that. And if people were to point at me and go, well, wait a minute, you're a small-time streamer, who are you to write Twitch for Dummies? Well, I've been creating content since 2005. I was creating content before content creator was even a thing. My books also do not tell you how to be the next Ninja, or how to be the next Lupo, or how to be the next Pokimane. Those are not my books. My books are like, you want to know how to stream? These are my books. My books tell you, this is how you stream. My books tell you, here's what you've got looking ahead of you. And my books tell you, here's what you need to avoid or be cautious of. It still amazes me how many people come into my stream promoting their streams. And I'm just like, not really the way to do it there, champ. Not the way to do it. Of course, you've got also bots that come in and they're like, want to be famous? Here are all the followers. And again, and now those spammers are starting to do. They've got workarounds for people who have blacklisted want to be famous or something like that. So again, there's a lot of stuff that I would like to add to the book. There's also a lot of stuff that I personally learned as a streamer. One of the things I've learned as a streamer is that there are people that really are that are extremely dismissive of small raids. Raids of 1 and raids of 2. And you know what? Doesn't matter. It does not matter how big the raid is. Every raid is special. Because that person has said, let me go and see this. Let me go and raid this person. This person's having a good time. And it's part of the, to me, the entire concept of a raid is to pay it forward. It encourages community. And there are some people that when you take a small raid and you raid their channel, apparently there are people that go completely negative on that person. Oh, I'm being raided by a party of 2. How quaint. Like, that's ridiculous. That's freaking ridiculous. Additionally, there are things that I've seen in streams that I didn't think would work as streaming content, and it's been working beautifully. Case in point, my current stream. I would have never, if you would have told me when I was writing Twitch for Dummies, that writing a stream where I am sitting down and I'm working on a manuscript would be something that people would enjoy. I honestly would not have called that. But here we are, and I'm actually enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. What? Gamercat wants some attention, apparently. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna forge on ahead here. Okay. All right. So let's see here. I also, you might notice that my wear seems a little more casual for a chilly January day. Well, at about 3:30, 3:45, I'm gonna have to wrap up the stream, and I'm gonna be hitting the pavement. I'm gonna get in a 3-mile run today. Whoa, cat! I swear to God, cat just uses butt to scroll up. Not kidding. And so, yeah, today is my first training day for another half marathon. Today's day 1, and we are training for the Star Wars Rival Run in April. So it should be fun. But until then, I'm going to go on ahead and get in some time here. Get some time with the manuscript. Oh. Grim keeps sweating with her Tory cat. She is a shoulder cat, loves to climb and perch. Well, they're on high alert right now, Azrael. Grim's got to keep that in mind. They want to be nurse cats. This little guy right here, as shy as he can be, and as skittish as he is, if I'm ever under the weather, if I'm ever sick, he won't leave my side. Same thing with Bast. Same thing with Sebastian. Two of them watch me like hawks, and they like to be close. So that's what's going on there. Just gotta let them. You should just lean into it. Grim should just lean into it. What are you doing, cat? Stop. Stop. Cat. Look you. Look. Is this because you don't have your camera? You want me to get your camera going? I'll get your camera going if you want. If that'll chill you out. No. You do not need to play with that. You do not need to play with that, Benedict. You do not. You do not. Boop. All right. You'll also find, chat, as I type, I'm one of the worst typists around. I tend to be hunt and peck. I tend to go by hunt and peck as opposed to actually. I've never formally learned how to type on a typewriter. I've always been self-taught. AD&D Kitten was very upset with me this morning when she accidentally killed her laser pointer toy. There was much cat crying for a while. I'm sorry to hear that, Dr. Kelly. That's a shame. That's a shame. Yeah, Benedict and Sebastian had a good morning. They were supposed to get gushies, and he was supposed to get his saline solution, or his fluids rather, and he unfortunately did not get that yesterday. So he has been so we made up for it today. Sebastian and Benedict both got gushies. Benedict got his drip, so he's good. He's good now. Whew. And I'm looking for. What was I looking for? I was looking for something here in here. Oh, I'm looking for a messenger. Yeah, Israel. That's that is one of the perils of writing with a word processor as opposed to actual physical writing. Your thoughts sometimes get faster than your fingers. Doing a little side research here. Don't mind me. All right, champ. So, little writer's tip here. You'll notice that I'm about to do this. When you're blanking on a location or factoid or just something specific, and you don't have the time to just deep dive and try to find out where this location is or what it is that you want to find out more about, you just go ahead and throw a pair of brackets in, and you can just say location. This is actually this is a historic event that I want to actually take. I want to actually get the facts on, and I want to get it right. But there was a college that was giving a course to lawmakers about the RICO Act. And for anybody that's curious as to what RICO stands for, because you may have heard it, the RICO Act stands for Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. And the FBI was actually sent up to a university to find out more about it, to find out how it worked, what it was all about, et cetera, et cetera. And it was during this weekend that these two FBI agents said, hang on a second. Instead of going after each of these families as individuals, we could actually go after everybody and make it like a make it like a if we can show that there's an organization, we could not just hold one person accountable. We could hold a whole bunch of people accountable. And instead of doing small arrests, they just arrest everybody under the RICO Act. And it was this weekend that they just have an epiphany. I have an epiphany about it. And that's where I'm about to send them. Yo, Panic, hey, thanks for taking your lunch break with me. I certainly do appreciate it. How are you doing today? Pip and I are trying to make this more of a thing. We really do. We want to make this a regular thing where we come on here and we write or we plan or we do something that shows people that when you hear me say, yeah, I'm a writer, you actually see us doing the writing. You know, this is partially an accountability thing. And it's been working out really well for us. I mean, I feel like I'm getting more and more productive, making myself come down here, stream my writing sessions. It's been a help. It's also been a very nice. It's also been a very nice change of pace for me. Just being able to just to enjoy. Just to enjoy, some time where I can sit down, I can hammer out these thoughts, I can get forward in my writing, and then on top of all that, get a chance to talk to people about this process, about the creative process. So yeah, it's been terrific. I was gonna say, Mika, stay safe. We're actually starting to get stories now about what's happening in the Netherlands. Yeah, the odd thing about what's going on is, at least the way it's being reported here in the States, is that these are COVID related riots. like the targets of these riots are COVID vaccination stations and places like that. So I'd be curious if that is what is actually happening, Mika, or if these are just people that have been they're just reaching a point where, like, you know what, I'm sick and tired of being in the house. I'm not sure what's going on, but it sounds like a mess. It sounds like a mess, and I'm sorry you're yeah, they're because of the COVID curfew, which, I mean, come on. We just have to be smart about this, right? That's what we've been saying here. You got to be smart about this. Angry youths that want to fight cops. All right. Everybody needs a hobby, I guess. Everybody needs a hobby, I guess. Well, just stay safe, you. Just stay safe. Sounds like things are kicking around out over there, Mika. Just stay safe, okay? Stay safe. Okay, well, Mika, we're just since you're pointing it out, I just wanted to go on ahead and just make sure that that I just wanted to make sure that you knew that we were worried how close this is to you, and that you just stay safe. That's all. That's all. So just and it's and thank you for bringing Panic up to speed about where her sister is. That's nice. Thank you. That was very kind of you. Okay. Have a good recording session. Trying to calm the cat here. Maybe calm is the wrong word. Just relax the cat. She seems very chill today. That's good. Hey, Phased Out, how are you? Pip is not here today. Pip is actually doing stuff, doing non-writerly stuff, just keeping us keeping the lights on and doing stuff that needs to get done here. So I'm flying solo on this writing stream today. I'm actually feeling pretty good, to be honest with you. I have been in a pretty good place mentally since the inauguration. It's nice to be able to wake up and not worry about who's saying what on Twitter. In fact, in fact, the My Pillow guy just got banned off of Twitter, and I applaud that as well, because that guy, we should not be taking political advice. We should not be taking political advice from a guy who markets and sells pillows. No, Liz Estrada is more of a it's more from that's more of a nod to the Greek play Lysistrata. So it just sort of worked out that way, that it was also a nod to Sherlock Holmes. But coming up with names has always been a tricky bit for me. It's always been a tricky bit. So and what I need to do is I need to come up with other last names for my orcs in this piece. Because right now the only one. Yeah, that was intentional. That was more than intentional, Jen. Yeah. In fact, I may build up on that in the draft and drop in Phil and Scott's names in there. Let's see. Can I tell the directors the merchant back? Hold, please. Let's try something a little more up tempo. That's better. Yeah, that's true. Phased out. So I can always play with it in the second draft. It's just one of those things where I'm just trying to stay aware of it, you know, because right now the only agent that has a last name is Agent Lestrada here. So I want to make sure I change that when and where I can. Her full name is actually Uloth Lestrada, and Jack calls her Liz. So. Not a big fan of that track. And considering that is one track out of many that Harris Heller produces, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that for sure. You got some golden gears saved up here? Oh my goodness, a tier 3 sub. Look at that.
Yes!
Look at that.
More of that, please. More of that, my girl.
Let me see here. Let me see. Let's see. All right. So who's the tier 3 sub going to, Panic? Who is that tier 3 sub going to? You let me know. You can either do it as a I can either do it as an anonymous, not as anonymous, as a random sub, or if there's somebody specific you'd like for me to drop that to, you let me know. All right, you can either whisper it to me, or you can DM it to me. All right, DM on Discord, of course. Well, I gotta know who to give it to, because otherwise, the thing that I worry about with gifting a tier 3 sub is that by gifting a tier 3 sub, if I do it randomly, it may pick someone who may or may not be in stream right now, or someone that rarely visits. So that is a possibility. It's a very random thing. It's a very random thing. Well, also remember, everybody, along with saving up for gifting a tier 3 sub, I also have to be able to make sure that I can afford to do the tier 3 sub. So I'd rather not have you all spend your golden gears on something that right now I can't afford, but I still want to keep it in there because I am keeping a running tally. It's that issue of gifting a tier 3 sub to somebody, which will automatically be a donation to St. Jude's, and I know that's a great thing, and I appreciate that. But the thing is, I just don't want to gift a tier 3 sub to somebody that doesn't visit the channel. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm trying to before you make a commitment like that, I'd like for you to make sure that your commitment to this channel and your commitment to St. Jude is going to a worthy individual that genuinely wants to be that. I mean, that's yeah. And when it comes a little more loosey goosey, when I can give out tier 3 subs and things like that, with a more lucrative position, a more lucrative job, then absolutely I'll be like, let's go, and I'll just go ahead and gift it. But now I want to make sure that these tier 3 subs that you all are using your golden gears for, that you have earned, I want to make sure they're going somewhere with someone who will appreciate that. All right. I'm gonna pick your class instead when I get to that point. Fair enough, Azrael. Randy? Well, let me see. Let me see if I can do that. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find Randy in here. Mod view, chat settings. Whoa. Yeah. There we go. That's better. Well, you know what? Next time next time Randy's in here, I will do that. I will do that, Panic. I will go on ahead and make that happen. Because right now, I think since Randy is not here, I can't gift her that sub, but I will do that. So let me make a note here. Got it. I'll make that happen next time Randy is in here. Okay. And thank you. And thank you. I think that's a better strat. What I really need to do, Azrael, is I gotta come up with other high end. I could come up with other high-end investments for the sub and for my channel points. I was going to do a Drunk Destiny thing, but then I found out there are some folks in my stream who have been sober for several years, and I thought, you know what? Maybe I should not necessarily do that. Maybe a drunk Destiny stream isn't the right approach to things. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I want to help people and celebrate people in their sobriety, and doing drunk streams is probably not the best way to do it. All right, buddy. Get us away. Gonna go work on some Python coding. Okay, great. And Panic. Okay, you're gonna get back to work, but thanks for coming in and hanging out. Do appreciate that. All right. Oh, that's very cool. That's very cool. That's real. Very nice. Well done. Well done. I mean, it's just I just think it's important to make sure that. I mean, I know there are the friends of mine who are and have been sober for many years have probably said something along the lines to me of, you don't have to, change that. Just because I'm sober doesn't mean you have to. But it's more about showing respect and showing support for those friends, particularly if they're coming back to my stream on a regular basis. There was a particular episode of The Sopranos that I think is very telling of that. Christopher in The Sopranos was, trying to be sober and trying to take a cleaner path, but everybody around him was basically giving him endless shit for being clean, and it was an odd duality of The Sopranos. They were all saying to his face, "Oh, Chris, we're so proud of you. We're so proud of you." But then they would get into social situations. They would bust his balls, and I'm like, "Hey, we're just busting your balls." But it was a very callous approach to things. It was a very callous approach to it. And then granted, while The Sopranos is fiction, it's one of those things where I've seen it, and I've even been guilty of it, where I've been where you kind of give somebody maybe not intentional grief, but just a little bit of grief on being sober. Yeah. And I look back on that and I go, yeah, that was kind of a callous thing for me to say. So I'm trying to be a better person by making sure that I honor and respect and try to do everything to to encourage that clean lifestyle. Now that doesn't mean, based on last night, I mean, I'll still drink a beer on stream and I'll still have some fun. But again, it goes back to the casual approach to imbibing versus making it part of my my golden gears, and that's where I think the dividing line is for me. I'm not going to say I'm not going to drink a beer on the stream. I mean, I did that last week, for example, but making drunk destiny part of my golden gears, that might be something I don't need to do. I don't need to encourage that. So that's where I was coming from. All right. Speaking of drink, I think what I am going to do is I'm going to take a quick little pause here, chat. And I'm going to go on ahead and get some water because I am a little dehydrated this yeah. What's this? I must have gotten this from Link and Jen when they moved, as they gave a bunch of junk. It's external drive that had tons of pics on it from your books. Didn't know what it was. I need to get some info from my computer, and I put this in, and it had a bunch of stuff on it. It was your book cover. All right. Let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead and save that, and yeah, let me go ahead and just get some quick hydration, and when we get back, we'll dive back into this. Okay, chat. So sit tight, everybody. Sit tight. Okay, everybody. I'm back. I see the cat. Let me see. Let me see if I can get the cat in here. Are you gonna settle in over there, cat? Because if you're settling over there, that'll be a little easier. You can go ahead and just stay there, cat. Nope. Cat's coming over here, chat. Cat. Don't you dare take my seat, cat. That is a no-no. That is not happening. Kitty in my gamer chair. He loves being in my gamer chair, cat. He loves being in my gamer chair. I can offer something along the secondary challenge and record games you play. You can offer a class challenge. Maybe offer an option of an equipment piece. Oh, that's interesting. I'm also trying to think of stuff that, ooh. Actually, one of the things I could do, one thing that could be a lot of fun, could be making a donation, to a charity of your choice. That could be fun. That could be fun. I just have to make sure that it's a charity, or if I wanted to make sure that it was a charity that I did not want to be like. This is the biggest issue with the internet. Whenever you turn over stuff to the community, hey, how you doing there, Spence? Whenever you turn stuff over to the community, I'm always nervous. Like if someone were to say to me, "Okay, T, why don't you give like $20 to the Salvation Army?" I would feel weird about doing that as a donation because I know the Salvation Army has some pretty heinous takes on homosexuality and things like that. $500K to dress up like a character from the novel. Now that could be fun. That could be fun. I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. Because I do have my Ren Fair gear, so I could do Rafe. I could do Wellington. I would not dress like Eliza though. I could not dress up as Eliza. So yeah, there's things I could think about, but I could also do like, you know, actually I'm liking this idea. You think I'd make a great gender flipped Eliza? Thank you, Spence. I appreciate that. Hey, Spence, I have thrown it out there to I've thrown it out there to Brandon to see if Brandon wanted to run that Hawk Moon mission again. So I'm gonna ask. I'm asking Brandon if he wants to join us again, so we can do that because I believe they have fixed the glitch, and now we can run the Hawk Moon mission properly. So I didn't know if you were planning to be around tonight or if you've got other plans for tonight. I totally understand if you do, but I wanted to throw that out there since I know that you, myself, and Brandon ran that mission last week. Oh, I did want to show you something though. Thought you would get a kick out of seeing this. Give me a second here. Let me just pull it up. I just need to pull up something here, and then I can. Right. That's what I was thinking. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Thought you might want to see this. Now let me just see how I can pull this up here. Just throwing this in here for a moment here, chat. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So I thought I'd show you this real quick here. Spence, that's the Titan. I finished getting, as you can see, all of the pieces of armor from the Deep Stone Crypt, and that's what my Titan looks like. And I love the way Artemis looks right now. I really love the way Artemis looks. Yeah, the helmet's even more badass, but he looks great. He looks great. I love this armor. I love this armor, chat. This armor is absolutely fabu. And if you like the way the Titan looks, my Warlock looks even more badass. So yeah. Anyway, wanted to make sure you saw that. That Spence. I thought you would dig that. So it's been a really rough night. I was just thinking, Azrael, one of the things that I would like to do is for 50,000 golden gears, I make a $50 donation to No Kid Hungry. I mean, that is a charity that we can all get behind, and that is a charity that that everyone can appreciate and everyone can enjoy. So I just realized something. And since it's not Pip, I can do this. There we go. So there we go. So I think that might be something I can do. So we can do subs for St. Jude. We can also do, you know what? I should go ahead and do that right now, as a matter of fact. I should do that as a matter of fact right now. How to earn golden gears. Manage rewards. Okay. And let's see. We'll go to customize display. There we go. So I will edit this, and let's see. Cost 100. Okay. Actually, let me do this. Let me edit this to be. Let's go back to 200. And then like that. I know this isn't writing, but bear with me. Hold on a minute. All right. So we'll edit this, and this will be. All right. I think that works. I think that works, everybody. And let's see. I'm pretty stoked about that boost the challenge. That was fun to do. That was really fun to do. All right, so if you take a look at my golden gears now. Oops, almost there. If you take a look at my golden gears now, you will see that the 200,000 level has returned, and this is what I'm doing. I'm basically doing this where, if you donate 100,000, I will make that instead of choosing a class for me, because, you know, I could think of something better. We'll do the at 100,000 golden gears, it's a $25 donation. No Kid Hungry. 200,000 golden gears, it's a $50 donation. And so there we go. I think that's closer to me. That's closer to what we do. Yeah, and I think also too that the cat is Benedict is quite happy there. All right. I'm glad I sorted that out. Okay, now let me get back to the actual work here. Okay, I'll see you tonight. I'll let you know if Brandon will be joining us or not. I'm still waiting to hear from Brandon about that. So the Triumph, if you're curious, chat, the Triumph is... more about clothes. All right. All right then. And I think that's, yeah. I mean, I mean, as you all know, I'm pretty happy with my support of No Kid Hungry. They've been great people to work with. So yeah. I'd like to. I think that's another good thing. I'm trying to think of anything else that I could do with my, we got the highlight message, random sub, sure, single emote, fireside lore, of course. Everybody loves a good fireside lore. I should come up with a better icon than that. And then we've got the tier 3. Yeah. I think that works. Oh, pizza. All right. Okay. One of the things that you do have to accept when you're writing, whenever you're doing anything like this, is that none of these words are set in stone. None of these words are set in stone. There's always the chance that this entire chapter will be cut. And that's part of the joys of being a writer, and part of the joys of being a pantser. Ooh, nice. You really don't know. You really don't know. You really don't know what's gonna. You don't know what's gonna make the cut and what isn't. One of the things you do want to make sure of, though, is that your whatever is going on in your manuscript, that there's a flow to it. I think for me, the flow has always been, there's the intellectual scene, and then there's the scene with action, and then there's the scene with suspense. But each chapter should have its own rhythm. It should have its own own pace to it. And of course, everything has to fit. But the trick is being able to make sure that your book is organized in a fashion where they're like, this chapter can be put in front of another chapter. I think books should have sort of a non-linear sense to them. But there are going to be some books that you'll write as a writer where that's just the way the book is designed. The book is just designed to be point A, point B, beginning, end, right? I would say you see that in a lot of Dan Brown books, a lot of thrillers. Thrillers are made in that sort of 24-esque sort of style where, as you're reading it, you're constantly turning the page, and it's like an hour later, or 2 hours later, or 20 minutes later, and you want to keep people, you want to make sure everybody is just constantly turning the pages. That's what you're looking for. You're looking to make sure that people are always turning the page. That's the wish of any book, that you're able to do that. You're able to keep your reader engaged. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. All right. Let's see. Hey, Steampunk Rick, how are you? Feel like I haven't seen you in here for a while. You doing all right, buddy? Hope you're well. Oh, everyone, just so you all know, I don't know if you heard me mention it yesterday, but got a chance to talk to my mom last night, and she told me that she has filled out everything she needs to fill out for getting her Fauci ouchie. So she will be getting that tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Her first shot tomorrow, and then the next one she gets in February, obviously. So, I'm pretty happy about that. I know that may seem me being very low key when I said I'm happy about it, but I am. I'm quite happy that my mom is going to be she's going to get her you know, she's on her way of getting vaccinated. I'm pretty happy about that. So another little bit of good news for today. Oh, you got your vaccine on Saturday. Well done. Now, is it just you, or is the family on a different schedule? How's that working? Yes, you do, Jazzy. Yes, you do. That is Gamer Cat, aka Benedict, and Benedict is he has his own camera here. Now normally that seat is reserved for my wife Pip. She usually works on stuff too, but right now Pip is running errands, so it looks like Benedict has found a warm, and so I went on ahead and turned Pip's camera onto Benedict. So it kind of feels like we got a balance there. But yes, Jazzy, absolutely. Oh, that's great. That's great. Well done. Well done, Rick. Well done. Oh. Well, thank you very much, Jazzy. I certainly do appreciate that. Yeah. I am one of the adorablets. Love me some tiddly. I feel bad. I don't think this year will be the year that I will finally meet Tids. I was kind of hoping to meet Tids at GCX this year. Just got added to him because of Nike. I don't know who that is. Nike, I take it Nike is another Adorabullet as well. And congratulations. Welcome to the Adorabullets. Nice place to be. Nice people to be associated with. Very supportive crew. It was like a tetanus shot times 5. And Jazzy with that follow. Thank you for that follow. Certainly do appreciate it. Thank you. And welcome to the Monster Mash. Yeah, but I'm one of the Adorabullets. Although you'll see on my Twitch profile that I am that I identify with the team No Kid Hungry, and that's mainly because I do a lot of charity work for No Kid Hungry. Do I normally do a lot of writing? Yeah. Well, Jazzy, just so you know, to answer that question, I think it's best to just show you the work. My wife and I, we write this. We write steampunk together, and that's our series. That this is the first book in the Ministry of Peculiar Occurrences series, Phoenix Rising, and then a lot. If people don't know me for that, they know me for tech books, like this one, Podcasting for Dummies. I gotta angle this out so it doesn't get caught in the glare. I got Podcasting for Dummies. There's Discord for Dummies. And a lot of people here know me for this. I also wrote Twitch for Dummies. And yes, Tiddly is in here. Matter of fact, yeah, I got a great shot of Tids in here. Let me just see if I can find it. Well, there's some reminder. I need to get that swag up. I promised myself I would get some swag up. Where's that? That was a great shot of Tids. I was talking about trolls, and then I talked about how Tids handles the trolls. And whew, man, you kind of feel like, yes, there is a place for upgrades and updates here. When you see shots from Fortnite. It was funny. I was actually looking at, what was I looking at? I was looking at, I came across some gameplay from 3 years ago. Oh, there it is. Here it is. This is a fantastic shot of Tids. I love that shot of Tids. Yeah. You have swag because of the sponsor. But yeah, it was a sidebar I gave Tiddly for Tiddly's Adopt a Troll program. She's pretty awesome. She's really, really awesome. But anyway, yeah, I just started doing writing streams. I normally am a Destiny streamer, but I've made it a point that during the week I would like to go on ahead and start doing more of these writing streams because people are not only digging them, it helps me it helps me stay productive as a writer. Well, yeah, Jazzy. I mean, that's the thing. I prefer, instead of calling them tiny numbers, I prefer to call them intimate numbers. That's the way I look at it, Jazzy. And my thoughts on it are, is, I'm not gonna be the one that tells you this is how you become a sensation in streaming. I'm the one that writes the book that says here's how you stream. So if you got questions on that, that's what I answer. As far as getting the big numbers, I would tell you what I'm sure Tiddly would say, what people said in the book. Consistent schedule, and you just got to put in the time. And here's the thing: it might happen, it might not. You never know. I will say though that that 2020, for all the bumpiness of 2020, for the shit show that was 2020, I was very lucky. I mean, I'm an affiliate with Ritual Motion. They're the people who make these fantastic gaming gloves. I got a chance to do a charity stream with them. It was funny. They actually had 2 partners that kicked off their event, and I wound up raising as much money as the 2 partners did, and their numbers tripled mine. But the fact that I was able to raise as much money as they did after 2 days, and I raised as much money as they did, I was pretty happy with that. I'm also a stream ambassador for No Kid Hungry, and so I do fundraisers for No Kid Hungry, and I raised on my intimate numbers, I raised over $10,000 for across 3 different charities. Most of that money went to No Kid Hungry. So you just the thing is, what I would say in my books is, if you would ask me what is the secret to streaming, it's this right here. If you are not enjoying it, if you are not really enjoying, your passion, if you're not having fun streaming, well, and don't be a douche nozzle. That's a big one too. Yeah, don't be a douche nozzle. But it's all about the heart. It's all about what you put into it. And there you go. Now, here's something I would say, Shadow, about that. Or may you steal that? Well, I'm appropriating it from Chuck Wendig, New York Times bestselling author Chuck Wendig. But feel free to use the term douche nozzle. You can use douche nozzle, you can use twat waffle, whichever one you feel best fits your oeuvre. But yes, douche nozzle, feel free. You're welcome, Jazzy, and welcome to the stream. But Jen, I was also going to say something about the schedule. I was having another good one, Jazzy, is douche canoe. That's another favorite of mine. Douche canoe, twat waffle, douche nozzle, jackwagon, jackweed, jackass, ass wipe. I mean, you got you have so. That's the beautiful thing about having friends that are writers. We will come up with poopy head is another good one. Sometimes just making it poop head. Just keeping it simple. Just keeping it simple. Going back to the days of when we were all, when we were all in elementary school. But going back to what I was going to tell you, Jen, about the schedule that you put on your page. What I've told people in the past is that is my core schedule, and then I have other special events that are going on. Like for example, I don't think if I can keep doing this afternoon stream, and you can touch base on the older insults. Yes, you can, Azrael. But if I am able to maintain the writing schedule on a regular basis, I may actually go back and then adapt my schedule to say, hey, I'm doing writing streams on here. I'm doing writing streams here. But since this is still new territory for me to navigate, I'm just going to put this down as a special reoccurring stream. But this has been but what I put on, what you see on my schedule, what you see on my page, that's my core schedule, and then I have random streams throughout the week. Like last night we did the unexpected stream. But it's good to have a schedule. so that if people are coming to your stream for the first time or coming to your page for the first time, when they find you from one area or the next, it's frustrating for me when I go to someone's Twitch page and I can't find a schedule. Like, I don't know when their schedule is. Now, if it changes every week, that's different. But if you can at least have a core schedule, I think that is that's essential. That's essential. And that's what I think. And then some people might question me on that, and I would say to them, Mazel tov, feel free. If you have let me see this. Hold on a second. These interactions are also remembered as genuine and tangible social experiences. We're now living in a completely digital world. A digital world that may... Interesting. Online is safe. Real life is unsafe. I will say this. I think Ritual Motion has a really good blog. Just saying. I think Ritual Motion is a very good blog. They do really good topics. I would love to write for their blog one day. We'll see if it ever happens. Yeah. But it is a good idea to be at least semi-regular with your times. Like tonight, for example. Tonight is Titan Taco Tuesday. Although I may be running my Warlock tonight. But yeah, I am. I'm going to be streaming tonight at 7. Start up with opening shots, and then we will. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to ask Steve. Excuse me, everybody. I just want to throw out a quick request to Steve Saylor. Let's see here. Where is he? He's in my... There he is. To generate. Please hold, chat. I'll be there in just a second. One thing I will tell you, chat, Steve the Blind Gamer Sailor, he is also a talented graphic designer. He's done some pretty cool graphics here. I don't know if you saw this or not, but well, you're not going to see it here, but when you'll see him tonight. He designed the graphic transitions of my my stream. He's got the whole podcast, the whole steampunk frame and everything. It's pretty slick. He's a talented guy. Talented guy, good friend. But I have a request for him. But my stream will start tonight at 7, and then we'll probably get to starting with the games at 7:30. But anyway, just be happy to have the capture card in the new computer so I can use my overlays. There you go. Yeah. Work has been too sporadic for Grim to set a schedule. The computer ate. Yeah. That's always going to be rough, Azrael. And the thing about setting a schedule. The thing about setting a streaming schedule is just to find something that fits you and fits your time. You know, when I had my full-time job with Stratford University, my streaming schedule was in the mornings. And what I would do is I would get up at kind of early. I'm trying to remember when I was streaming. I can't remember if I was streaming at 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning, but I was streaming. I would basically stream in the mornings, and I would have like my breakfast, and I would stream from like 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, all the way to roughly 9, and then I would get in the car and I'd get to work by between 9 and 10. And yeah, I know, yeah, right. And then it was the Morning Monsters. That's what I called myself, the Morning Monsters. Actually, I know exactly how I can find out what that schedule was. Because I know that I actually mention it here. I think I have it in here somewhere. Twitch resources, building a streamer's studio, audio gear, virtual assistants, making first impressions, info panel. Oh, here we go. So this is my first ever schedule. Saturday morning cartoons starting at 6 a.m. Sunday sunrise starting at 6 a.m. Sunday specials, check social media. Magic Monday starting at 8 p.m. and Titan Tuesday starting at 8 p.m. And that was actually my schedule after I had switched over to code.gov. So I was doing Saturday morning and Sunday morning streams, and then I did Monday and Tuesday, and I did Monday and Tuesday nights. So it was Saturday and Sunday mornings, Monday and Tuesday nights. Before that, I want to say I did. I was doing basically Monday through Thursday, and I was, and I was getting up early, and I would basically start off my morning that way, and I'd wrap up between, and I always said starting at, because I never knew when I would actually log off, and then when I started streaming after COVID hit, my schedule adjusted after things with Code. When Code went virtual, with all except for Tuesday, for Thursday morning, Thursdays. Thursdays was the day I would go into DC, but all the other days I was working from home, I would stream different times then as well. But the one thing I would say is that is you want to find the times to stream that not only fit your schedule, but also do not interfere with your life schedule. It's something I talk about in the book. Usually I would say the best streams for people to find me are any streams longer than 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours, I start to see some upticks in numbers. 4 to 6 hour streams, man, my numbers consistently go up. But that's a part-time job right there. That's a part-time job. So I try to stream no less than 3 hours, but no more than 6 hours. Anything above 6 hours, I touch base with the wife, and that's a me thing. If I was single, I wouldn't have worried about it. But I'm married. I've got a daughter. I want to make sure that I make time for them, and I want to make sure that I've got a streamer work-life balance, which is not always easy to achieve, but you can do it. And as far as what you're seeing here, I'm like, for example, I'm dressed right now for a run. I'm gonna go for a run at the top of the hour, so I'm gonna work on my manuscript for as long as I can. If I get this up to 1,500 word, I'm right now at a word count of 1267. If I can get another 250 words on here, I will have achieved 1,000 words today. Which, again, that's part of my writer's goal. So I'm balancing not just my streamer lifestyle, but my writing lifestyle, my actual life with my daughter and my wife. And then, of course, there's the streamer life where, I'm streaming video games. The important thing is, whatever it is you're doing, make sure to find the stuff that you want to stream and the stuff that brings you joy. Like, going back to you, Jen, I'm really hoping you do a stream about, at least once, you do a stream about brewing. I know that there may be a stream where you can't show everything about brewing because the fermentation is probably not the most dynamic thing to show. But I'm talking about actually making the beer. Like, when do you put in the flavor? When do you do this? Like if you wanted to do a peanut butter porter, for example, if you want to do a peanut butter porter, at what point do you put in peanut butter? How much peanut butter do you put in? Basically a cooking stream, but for beer. You know what I'm saying? That would be fun for me. That would be a blast for me to see. But find stuff that works for you and make sure that it's something that you're passionate about. You could play the hippest, hottest video games, but if you're not enjoying them, there's no point. For me, it was Cyberpunk 2077. My Cyberpunk 2077 was running fine on the hard disk version I have was running fine on my PS4. That's because I got a PS Pro. And the PS Pro's got a few more bells and whistles that the PS4 did not have. So my Cyberpunk 2077 was running fine on there. But I hated the game. And no patch could fix it. Because the writing was absolute shit. And I gave it 3 shots and I said, okay, I've been at this game for over 15 hours. And I am not digging it. And now I will say, but Skippy, yeah, no problem, Jazzy, no problem. It wasn't too Skippy. No, the things that were happening with me, Azriel, was I kept hitting photo mode. Oh, the gun was just. But I mean, the whole gunplay thing was just redonkulous, in my opinion. The whole thing was, like I said, Cyberpunk. And the thing that broke my heart is that I really wanted to love it. I really wanted to love the game, not because I paid a lot of money for it. I just really wanted to love the game. I love Cyberpunk as a genre, so why not? But I just found the storytelling was absolute crap. And that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of just kind of switch gears, Jen. That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of bumming that I couldn't get a second edition this year for Twitch for Dummies, because I have done the setup in the kitchen, and if you've got the right laptop and the right kind of camera, and even 2 cameras, you can do a lot. You can really do a lot. It's just a matter of having the right connections and just making sure that everything is where you want it to be. I mean, but that's the thing. That's the thing, Azrael. Cyberpunk 2077. I know there's a good game in there. There's definitely a good game in there. But the problem was that Project Red, at least from a storyteller's perspective, they honestly did not know where to go with the game. They really did not know where to go with the game. I really believe that. They wanted to reinvent the wheel. But the problem was that they worked so hard to reinvent the wheel, they didn't realize that the wheel itself worked just fine. So yeah, there's that. Okay, let me see if I can reach 1,500 words before it's time for me to go for my run. But I will be back tonight at 7 for Titan Taco Tuesday. I hope you will join me as well. Grim also isn't the biggest reader. He plays for the concepts, the play, graphics, mechanics, etc. I mean, and that's the thing. I will not slight the game on concepts. I will not slight the game on its visuals, even from the PS4 perspective. Now, granted, I will say I do think that the console look of the game and the PC look of the game, those were two different games, and I think that was a real short-sighted approach that Project Red took. I don't think it's fair that you make a game graphically superior on one platform versus another platform. You either make the game for a PC and then figure out how to duplicate that effect for. I mean, it is one thing. I mean, there's 30 frames per second versus uncapped frames that you get in Destiny, for example. But the two games side by side still look beautiful. It looks a little better on PC than it does on console, but I can still play console and go, okay. The main graphics are still there. They shouldn't look like two different games. And what Destiny 2 looks like on a PC, it looks just like Destiny 2 on a console, but just a hint prettier. Just a hint prettier. But there's that. The mechanics of the game, I don't know. I would be curious as to what Grim thought of the mechanics of Cyberpunk 2077. I thought the long distance hacking was a neat concept, but I mean, I remember when I was in a gunfight with a gang, and there was a rogue AI that I was trying to herd back to Delamar, and I was hacking people from a long distance, and that was about exciting as watch paint dry, in my opinion. I was not that. The actual play itself, I found it reminded me a lot of Fortnite. There was a lot of driving, there was a lot of running, there was a lot of downtime, and then there were just random. I mean, again, this goes back to the storyteller in me. There were random gunfights in the middle of things. I don't know. I think it was a great idea, just shitty execution. How you doing there, monkey? Good to see you in chat. Good to see you in chat. Actually, I think I might be a little much. Let's see. I'll see if I can't pass that along I'll pass that along to Panic. Panic is now back at her day job, so. But thank you, Mika. That was very kind of you to do that. Jazzy, give me 1 second here. Now, this could be fun. This could be fun. This could be fun. Hold on a second. When did the fusion... So, what I'm writing, Jazzy, is I'm writing it would fall under the genre of urban fantasy. Urban fantasy is where it's fantastic elements, elves, orcs, magic, stuff like that. But it's set in modern day, or it's set in a city setting. And oops, you haven't missed anything, Jazzy. You haven't missed anything. But yeah, but that's what urban fantasy is. Like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that would be considered urban fantasy. Supernatural, that would be considered urban fantasy. And what I'm writing here, the current working title for it is Fierce City, New York. And the idea is that it's set around the late 70s, early 80s. And what I'm doing, and by the way, hey Caffeine, good to see you in chat. So anyway, so the concept is, I saw this terrific documentary series about the FBI taking down the mob in the early 80s using surveillance. So I thought, I was watching this documentary, and I was getting a really like itch to write a story based around these events, but I wanted to throw in elves and orcs and bring in magic, because I wanted there to be that magic element, but I still wanted it to be based on actual events, things that the mob did and stuff that the FBI did. But then I had to figure out, okay, well, how am I going to make the elves and the orc element? How am I going to make that fit? And that's how I've developed this series. It's going to be 3 books. And what it is that it's basically the takedown of the mob. It's the takedown of the New York mob with elves and orcs thrown into the mix, and black magic and blood magic. And I've been having a lot of fun writing it. I mean, I've been having a lot of fun writing this. Okay, so let me just see here. I wanted to see Wolfgang Puck is attributed as one of the pioneers of fusion cuisine, which, however, the restaurant Chino's on Main was named after the term attributed to Richard Wing, who in the 1960s combined French and Chinese cooking at... Yes! Okay, so real quick. It is always a beautiful thing. It is always a beautiful thing when you're writing and history plays along with you. Because I'm about to introduce this. All right. Type of restaurant success depends on a number of factors. Among these, clientele's, cultural diversity, clientele's travel. Wolfgang Puck is attributed as one of the pioneers of fusion cuisine. However, his restaurant, Chino's on Main, was named after a term to Richard Wing, who in the 1960s combined French and Chinese cuisine at the former Imperial Dynasty restaurant in Hartford, Connecticut. Okay. Okay, you got it. You got it, Mika. Thanks for that update. That's very cool. I will definitely let Panic know tonight when she swings by. The other thing I'm trying with this story too, here, Jazzy, is I'm writing it in a style or a tense that's called first person present. Third person present. Usually when people, hang on. All right. But so anyway, so like when you read books, they say things like Jack said, Liz said, Jack pointed to something on his desk and said, something like that. That is third person, right? That's a third person POV. But when you do third person present, instead of everything being in past tense, everything is happening in the moment. So it would be what you're seeing here. Liz nods. Liz looks at Jack, inclining her head. Jack waves a hand. Everything is happening, so it's not waved. Nothing is in past tense. This is there was a terrific book that Chuck Wendig wrote called Zeros. Fantastic book. Could not put it down. Absolutely brilliant book. But it was the first time I'd ever read third person present, and I've always wanted to try that. No, you wouldn't call it a douche canoe. You'd probably call it you could call your laptop a brick of death. You could call your laptop you could call your laptop the technology of shame. Why do you want to call your laptop a douche canoe there, Jazzy? What's it doing? Is it on? Oh. Um, do not get me started thinking about English. I hated English, hated writing. My laptop struggles. It works for streaming, but not if I'm watching stream. Well, I mean, OBS. There's a lot happening with OBS. I've noticed. I had a significant slowdown in my PC streams when I was working, Jazzy, with Twitch Soundtrack. And when I took Twitch Soundtrack off, suddenly Phasmophobia and Destiny on PC were running just fine. So sometimes OBS can be a pain in the keister. But I get it, Jazzy. I get that not everybody likes writing and not everybody likes reading. And it sucks because here's a perfect example. I at one time hated Shakespeare. I absolutely hated Shakespeare. Just thought it was I just didn't get it. I did not get it. And it wasn't until I got out of high school and into college that I suddenly discovered Shakespeare. I found out that I had really bad English teachers. I had one good English teacher out of my 4 years in high school. And that one English teacher, she was the one that got me into creative writing. So there you go. Okay, well then I don't know what to tell you there, Jazzy. I can only assume, Jazzy, it sounds like Jazzy that your laptop, I don't know how old or how new your laptop is. I mean, you look at what Azrael says: battery's dead, expensive to replace, graphic card failing, wireless card kaput, but made almost 8 years before finally bricking out. You know, I mean that's kind of where my current laptop is. And I was getting ready to buy a new laptop, but then I lost my job back in February. So, you know. But that's my point, Jazzy. Writing of any kind shouldn't do that. Writing should, and that could just be the way you as an individual, Jazzy, are wired. I am not the best with math. And well, you see, that's the thing, Jazzy. In your mind, math has reason. In my mind, English has reason. Writing has reason. Literature has reason. Math has a purpose. Literature has passion. Literature has emotion. Literature is the human condition, which you really can't say that about math. But math is a great bridge between the sciences, and and if it weren't for math, we wouldn't have science, and as much I remember when I was at college, I took as my elective, I took astronomy, which was a 400 level physics course, and everybody thought I was insane because the first part is all about calculus and physics, and I had to try to figure that out because I'd never taken physics and I sucked at math. But I got through it. I got through it okay. I got through it more than okay. All right. Hang on a minute. Let me just check something here. One other thing that's a lot of fun about writing, your search history is all over the board. It's a yeah. Okay. Yeah, how do lime pit? Yeah, exactly. How do lime pits work to dispose of bodies? Yeah, you're right, Monkey. I personally have never done a one like that, but I have done things like what's the trajectory of a bullet in the body? How do swords cut through here? And it's an old joke of like, hey, I think I found someone here. They were doing a search on, yeah, but look later on. It says here, how do I do a name generator for an orc? How do I do a name generator for this is a writer. Move on. There are plenty of memes that talk about that. You have what, a 6 or an 8-year-old? Funny thing is, I did want to do a scene where they have dinner together, where they meet, partners meet their significant others and so forth. So I thought this would be, so now I'm like, okay, now I got to figure out orc cuisine done tapas style. Sometimes you can get yourself into a weird corner here, I'll tell you what. All right, so let me just double check. I think I just got over 1,000 words. But like I said, 1,000 words. Basically, if I can average 1,000 words per stream, that would basically mean that I'm looking at. I would have it done on time. I would have it done on time, or at least before that. Okay, so let me just see here. I'm pretty sure I got over 1,000 words. Wow. I got nearly 1,500 words. I'm okay with that. The issues I have with putting what is a movie scene in my head to paper with comprehensive descriptions. Yeah, I mean, there are some things that can be very hard to, and I get it. There are plenty of people on Twitch and in this on this platform that are not readers, and I totally get that. But again, I not everyone's a reader. I get that, but I've also met some people who are passionate readers on this platform, and they just enjoy watching watching the creative flow happen. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay. I've got a run to go to. I've got to go for a quick run. 3 miles. So the training begins. And, I have not rated D in a while. So I'm going to go ahead and raid D. She's a lot of fun. Good people, D. That's BBXH. So let's go ahead and let's send love her way. And thank you, everybody, for the tips, bits, subs, hosts, and auto hosts. Thank you for supporting this stream, and for joining me, this week or today. Don't worry, I'll be back tonight. I will be back tonight, but I really do appreciate everybody being here. No, what do you mean no? No, Rip? No. I'm training for a half marathon. So I gotta get off my butt and run. And then I'll be back tonight at 7 for Titan Taco Tuesday and some Destiny 2. So I hope you join me then. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I will keep you posted on the progress for Fear City, New York. Thanks, everybody. I will talk to you all later. Peace.